Hello crafters and welcome back to the Love from Lizzie YouTube channel. My name is Deepa from Designs by D, and today I'm going to be showcasing these 4 gorgeous cards made using the Sleepy Seas set. We're going to be using a bunch of products from the kit to go ahead and create these 4 cards. So let's get started. Now this is a view of the kit. I'm not going to go through everything here because there are unboxing videos available on the site here on the channel. So you can check those out if you want to have a look at all the items, but you can see you've got a good grouping of products to work with. You've got a bunch of embellishments, cardstock, pattern paper, lots of fun die cuts. There's tons of texture in this card kit, including the fabric, the stickers, and the stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first card, you can see these are the products that I'm mostly going to be using here. I may add a few more things here and there, but this is the gist. I've got one of the pattern papers here, which is really, it's got a good quality to it. It's a nice thick cardstock, so I actually cut that down to 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is perfect for an A2 size card. It gives me a nice border around the edge, and I've attached it to my card base, which is a white top folding card base. I'm grabbing this gorgeous piece of fabric here and I'm pleating it, and then using the blue wire that comes in the set, just a little bit of it, just to kind of wrap it around the center of that pleated fabric and then keep the pleats in it there. It creates like a nice little dress or a tutu look to it. I'm grabbing some glue dots here, which I find work the best. I don't want to use liquid glue. That's going to take a while to dry. So I think maybe double-sided tape or something like this would work the best. I'm attaching it right to the middle of the card in the portrait orientation. And then I've got these 2 die cuts from the die cut pack there. I've got this moon. There's another moon with a fun pattern on it. You could use that one too if you wanted. But I wanted to keep this a little more simple so that beautiful, gorgeous fabric can stand out. And then we've also got this cloud with all of the little dangling bits from it, the little stars. We're going to add to that in a minute, but this is the general look of it. So I've attached the moon with foam adhesive squares because they create a bit of dimension and lift it off the paper a little bit, which gives it room for that fabric to be underneath. Now I've got the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp this out using some blue VersaFine Clair ink. And I'm just going to stamp it up there in the top corner, just so that, you know, like I said, the sentiment's there, but everything else is pretty much the star of the show on this card. So speaking of star, I've got the one star, that one of the embellishment stars, the like golden yellow ones, and I'm attaching it to the bottom of this chain with the metallic star at the bottom. I want both of these stars to, one, create a variation in design and shape and size. And I also want it to create a nice hanging feature. So you'll notice that the die cut has like a cloud with the stars hanging from it. So I thought that I'd actually add this piece to it using one of the small brads that comes in the kit. Now I'm just going to poke a hole inside the middle of this cloud here, and I will attach these hanging stars on this chain using the brad in this. I'm not putting it right in the center. I'm kind of off centering it on the length of that chain so that one star will hang a little lower than the other. Again, it creates a nice variation in length, which you can see the cloud already has with the images of the stars hanging from it on it already. So I just poked a hole in, attached the brad, folded it back, and you can see like it creates a nice hanging feature, and it just creates such a fun texture. I think the mix of embellishments in this kit are just so fun, and they make very unique cards. This is guaranteed to let your recipient know that you put some extra thought into their card, and they're just going to be wowed by that extra dose of texture. So I love the way this looks, and the fact that it kind of swings back and forth, and you've got the fun fabric underneath the moon there. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more florals to this just to give it just a nice feminine look. I think it looks really pretty here. We've also got one of these like enamel clouds. I'm going to add this in there as well. It just, again, it adds to the look with the cloud in the background of the moon. But now, again, it's got a different texture and sheen to it, which is really fun. So I've gone ahead and I've added some gems to the background. They're also included in the kit, and that is our first card. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I just love the soft pink with the blue. I hope you like it too. Let's move on to our second card. This is a card we're creating, and these are the products we're going to start off with here. Like I said, I may add some things as I go. I've got the charcoaly type cardstock there, and then those waves in the pattern paper. I'm starting off with this boat wheel, and I'm cutting it out of that gold glitter cardstock. Well, it's kind of like a sticker, like it has self-adhesive on the back, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and grab that charcoal piece of cardstock. So I did cut it down to 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. It may be just a little bit smaller than that because again, I'm going to put it onto my card base and I want a little bit of a border. I have heat embossed the wave and the sentiment on it, and now I'm going to do something a little fun. I'm going to create a frame. Now I've got a self-healing mat underneath here, and this is just an X-Acto knife, and I'm just kind of cutting around the wave. I don't have a die for this, but this works just as well. Even if I was going to do this with a die, I would have to partial die cut, which would make it a little bit hard. So using an X-Acto knife actually gives you a bit more dexterity and allows you to cut exactly where you want. So once I've cut around the wave image, I'm going to go ahead and just cut a frame around the edge. I didn't actually measure it. I would assume it's about 1/2 inch. And I just tried to make it uniform so that it all looks the same size. So it kind of creates like a photo look to it, like one of the exposure photos that you can get. I can't even remember what they're called, but it's a nice frame. Now I'm grabbing that wavy pattern paper and I'm cutting it down. I don't want to waste too much of it because I really like this one. I want to keep the extra bits in my card kit to use for later. I'm attaching the frame over the top here, and I only cut just enough to show through that opening. Now I've got the whale die cut from the kit. I think there's 2 larger waves and then there's at least 1 smaller whale. Sorry, there's 2 larger whales and then at least 1 smaller whale. This is a smaller whale. I'm using some foam squares to attach this to create some dimension and pop him up from the wave. You'll notice he also has some water underneath him from the waves as well, which also adds to it. I've attached the golden glitter wheel behind him for a bit of interest there. And then I'm also adding some of these star embellishments, not only the sequins, but also those like gems there. And that is the second card for you today. I hope that this one inspires you. I love the look of the frame with the waves. So moving on to this third card, these are the main products I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be creating a fun sandy scene here. So you'll notice the kit has some fun sand in it. I'm going to go ahead and use it today. I've got 2 pieces of like that cream colored cardstock that comes with the kit. I'm stamping out one of the sentiments here, and I'm just going to fussy cut it out and keep it to the side here. I've got another portion of that cardstock. I cut it down to exactly 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's going to fill up our entire card base. And I've cut just like a simple shaped frame out of it. It's got like a fun shape to it. You can use any shaped die that you have. And you could even just cut a rectangle out of it. I'm adding some of the acetate from the kit here to create a little bit of a shaker card. And for the background, I'm grabbing this fun light blue with the stars pattern paper. I'm going to go ahead and create the shaker portion of the frame here, the top portion. I've got some foam adhesive strips, and these work well. You just kind of line them along the edge of your frame in order to create the compartment to put all your little shaker bits in. So make sure that when you do this, you're butting those foam strips up against each other. You can use any type of foam that you have on hand as long as your compartment is completely sealed all around so that your shaker bits don't get out. Now for the background, I'm adding this sailboat with the thrashing waves on it. I will cover up most of those waves with the sand that we have in here. And this is not like fine sand. It has like a bit of like a stony feel to it. So it gives like a nice sound when you shake it. And it also, it covers a lot. It's not like the sand you get in like a sandbox. It's more like actual beach sand where you've got like seashells and stuff in it, which looks really nice. So I've gone ahead and I've just added just some glue over top of that bottom portion there and added the sand over top. I've added as much as I can to cover it to give it the sandy look. Now I'm adding some of these stars, which are like starfish to me, and then the shells, I've glued them on with like a fair bit of liquid glue so that they don't go anywhere. Now I'm adding some more of the sand after I did add the moon at the top there. And I'm adding a couple of the embellishments. So there's two of those enamel stars. I've got some of the sequins here, the star sequins. I'm adding these in there just to add a bit of interest. And then I'm adding a couple more of like the starfish die cuts, but I'm not attaching them. They're also going to be like shaker bits. Now I've added some extra foam bits on the four corners of my frame. I'm going to go ahead and carefully attach this so that I stick everything down and my shaker bits are not going to go anywhere. And I've got this nice frame where you've got the sand shaking with some of the stars and everything in there. It creates a nice shaking sound and it looks really pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the card base. This is again an A2 size side folding white card base, and I just attach it right to the top. There should be no border. And once it's attached, you can see how fun it is. I just couldn't stop shaking it around. Now I have to add the sentiment, which I'll prop up with some foam adhesive, and then I'll add a couple stars there as well, and then also add some embellishments just randomly on the front for some interest. So these embellishments are just for a bit of fun. You really don't have to add them, but I thought they would just help tie that frame into the rest of the card. So this is our third card here. I hope that you like it and are inspired to create something similar yourself. Let's move on to the fourth and final card. Now this one is a little bit simpler, but I tried to add my own bit of texture. I'm cutting down the anchored pattern paper here. This is just, again, 4 1/4. I think I did cut it a little smaller again. I tend to do that because I like to have a border. So it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now I've got just some of that like royal sea blue cardstock, and I'm using the anchor, and I'm using my machine here to emboss it. So I'm dry embossing it with the die. So I'm getting the anchors to kind of create an indentation on the panel. And I'm going to have to run this down through a few times. And since I'm running it through like so many times, it does kind of flatten a bit of the embossing, but you still get the indent of the anchor, which I think is really cool and ties the whole design together, or at least this panel ties in with the background. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this till I have a whole bunch of anchors on my panel. The trick to doing this is, one, make sure you set up your die cutting machine in the proper way so that you get the embossing occurring. If you do have to use an embossing mat and set that up properly, and do it on a larger piece of cardstock so that you can cut it down. Now for the focal point, I've actually got the anchor cut out of that gold glitter cardstock as well, which has the self-adhesive. And now you can see I've cut down this panel. It gives it more of an organic look because then you have some of the anchors hanging off the edge versus it just being like a uniform pattern. You'll notice I moved that anchor around when I was embossing it. It wasn't just straight up and down. Sometimes it was on an angle, sometimes it was upside down. That just creates the fun random look. I did add a piece of that charcoal cardstock there just to create like a nice lip at the join between the pattern paper and the cardstock. I like to do that. Creates a nice professional seam. And then I'm adding these little die cut bits. I've got like a leaf frond, a flower, and one of the shells. And then I'm just going to attach the anchor right on top of this. If you wanted, you could cut a piece of foam and from the same die cut and then attach that on the back. It gives it a little bit of lift and a little bit more dimension. It pops it off the card a little bit. That might help if you're looking for that. For the sentiment, I'm just going to plain old stamp it down. Now in hindsight, I should have probably, I don't know, maybe stamped it in a different way so it was a little more visible, but that's okay. I still think it looks fun, so we'll just go along with it here. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my card base, And now I've got some of those blue dots, those blue circle adhesives from the set. I thought I could use those as embellishment. So I'm just kind of attaching them here and there. If you wanted, you could add some like glossy accents or something on top to give it more dimension and more of a gloss look, even though the sticker itself is pretty glossy and shiny. Now I'm also adding some of those sequin stars as well. And that finishes off our final card for today. So these are all of the cards that I have to share with you today. I hope that you've been inspired to create something similar yourself. And yeah, do pick up this kit. It is so amazing. And I hope that you guys have a crafty day. Bye.